Hey guys, Alpha here. And for those of you who came up in the late 90s, early 2000s, there's a certain subset of games you remember growing up with, particularly on Windows XP. One such example is the classic Dark Orbit from WildTangent. Now when I say Dark Orbit, some of you might think of the MMORPG set in space that came out several years later. No, this is a third-person spaceship shooter that I found really unique for a couple reasons, and in what I hope will be a full playthrough, let's cover those reasons. By 2157, three competing mining organizations had set up claims in the most inhospitable sectors of Nibiru, the 10th planet. They were working alone on a frozen world, the cold and distant sun a mere spot in the starry void of open space. In most cases, they were barely equipped to survive, much less live and work in comfort. The mandate for each of them was to claim as much territory as quickly as possible, to establish a claim for the owners. Then in 2158, the Legion of Abaddon began to awaken. The miners fought with every bit of courage they could muster, but their new enemy was everywhere. Within a few weeks, nearly all of them were dead. This is the story of a survivor. Let me actually do a thing here. Hang on. I'll bail out of that for the moment. Mute the rest of this off. And here we go. The Mineco base station. You look up top there, Mineco base log entry. I managed to get into this skimmer just before the bugs blew out the airlock. Everyone's dead as far as I can tell. I'm going to try and secure the immediate area before they destroy what's left of the repair bay. So we just warped into this mining site. Main transporter has been wiped. I'll have to activate the transporter field stations. Once I do, I can use them to teleport back here to the Mineco base. So we're flying this little combat ship here, which I guess was originally meant for mining. That's this whole operation we've got here. So, flying this thing, arrow keys up to shoot forward, back down to reverse, left and right service strafes. You turn and aim with the mouse, just move it. Shoot your primary weapon with the left mouse button. Shoot the secondary, which I will not do right now, with the right mouse button. Which right now is this, if you can see it down in the lower left here, this little red box with what looks like some kind of speeder bike in it. It's actually a dumbfire missile. Doesn't home in or anything, just your standard projectile explosive. More on the control panel to the bottom left here. The graphic that looks like the ship, the red one, is my hull status. The blue ones are shield, which I begin with a level 1 only. The green is engine, which you see it dropping as I shoot. Primarily has to do with how much weapon I can fire at any given time. That's also at level 1 out of 4 to start out. Primary weapon is represented by this little starburst icon at moment, the one with the yellow outline. Just that. All of those update as we go along. Auto mapper on the far bottom right here, you can see the southwest corner is all that's populated. It'll fill in as I navigate the joint. I have what looks to be a compass, this dark blue circle here that's pointing apparently to the northwest. And the gauge in between those things represents my cargo hold. There are minerals I can pick up and use to build more stuff later. And I'll explain more about that and the two numbers below it as we go along. The first thing I'm going to do is map the immediate area around my main facility. Well, but first, take care of those sons of bitches. Listen carefully, look carefully. See right over that ridge. No problem if you're tracking well. Alright. Let's see if we can get us a full perimeter here. Because the entire side of the facility seems to be blocked by rock wall here. During combat, notice on the bottom right, as I shoot, my green meter goes down. As I get hit, my blue goes down. Like with any shield, when the shield depletes, which thankfully both that and the engine restore themselves over time, then the hull starts to get hit once the shield is emptied. Hull hits 0 and kaboom. You have unlimited lives though. Now notice on the bottom left now that the gauge between the compass and the map is now partially filled. I have a capacity right now of 150 minerals. Those are the blue crystals you saw me picking up earlier. My current capacity, I believe, is 150. So once we hit that, we'll come back here, unload stuff, and we'll take a look around at the facility. The bugs haven't gone into the repair bay yet, and it's still in good shape. I can haul some resources back in the skimmer and use them to build some better equipment. Alright, we have a little bit of a perimeter now. Let's pick a direction and go. How about up the west wall? Western perimeter of the site. Again, take it slow. Your weapons and your engine are not that good right now. You might see these tokens. The color corresponds to what they will heal. If you're at max, you simply won't pick it up. So the first type of enemy bug you see is that rammer, which only takes a couple hits of the standard weapon, the energy cannon. Take it slow and be patient until you get better stuff. Just hover over the blue crystals to pick up their resources. That sounds like a new type. Whoop. Circle and strafe, circle and strafe. There now, that wasn't so bad. Now, during that last fight, I got up to 150. You can see on the bottom right. So now if I hover over these crystals, I simply won't pick any more up. Let's go back to the facility, drop these off, and we'll take a look at what's available to us. Well, the immediate area looks clear. I guess my plan is to get to the sector transporter in the northeast corner of the sector. That'll get me to the central transit hub. Once I get there, I'll try to reestablish communication with the other mining operations. Maybe find out if the tube to the polar launch pads is still operational. Alright, let's check this place out. Can't seem to do much there. Little visual glitchiness here, but that's okay. Now the piece of true importance is this pad here. So where the top number is my ship's carry, the resources I have stocked up and banked is the bottom number. So let's see what we got here. Primary weapons, we only have that's called a pulse laser, okay. Cheap but weak pulses of energy. So you see the build cost here and the recovery regain. Like most games that have a market system, the reclaim gives you back half of what you would pay to build the thing. In this case, 250 and 125. The damage, Del, I'm not entirely sure what Del represents. Energy 15. These numbers don't mean an extreme deal unless you're actually numerically tracking the damage you deal to your enemies. So if these pulses do 20 damage, looking at the gauge on the rammers, it looks like the rammers have 50 HP. The zappers we were seeing, or the shooters rather, have like 70, 75. They take 4 hits of that. But yeah, that's not the most meaningful set of numbers to us. That's the only primary weapon we've got right now. We also have secondaries. The dumbfire missiles that I'm carrying right now, I have a pack of 10 Stingers. Build for 5, reclaim for 2 on an individual basis. And you can build them at a rate of 1, 10, or 20. I'll stick with the 10 that I've got for now. You'll get confirmation if you if you're asking to build something, or if you don't have enough minerals, you can just say, okay. Can't reclaim if you don't have any. Yeah, the Stinger, a fast dumbfire missile. Seekers, quick and deadly homing missile. Pardon me. They're a little bit stronger than the Stingers, a little more expensive too. Translocator teleports you to your reconstruction point, which would be this site on this level. Varies, of course, on whatever map you're on at the time. A Mercuro boost instantly regenerates armor integrity, so if your hull is damaged, you can use this to give yourself an instant recover. Those are all secondary weapons, which would go in these 3 slots right here, as opposed to your primary weapon or your gun, which goes here on your equipment screen. Anything you've got stored up, let me just demonstrate here like this, just shows up there. Shield power-ups. Our current shield is the minor shielding, a basic shield to protect against radiation and the elements. the one I want eventually, as of right now, is shielding. Just shielding. Designed to help ships survive minor mining accidents and collisions. So I would need a total of 500 resources to build this, and I can use the reclaim from my miner shielding to work toward that. So if I take that 100 off of that 500, I really only need 400 banked up in order to do it. The engine. My current is the MC Belter, standard issue power plant for Mineco surface vehicles. And the speed number is most important here. Turn number a very close second. So the speed rating you see me flying around with now is that 30. What I would like is the MC light speed. Although it is an older design, this model is still the fastest power plant available. As you can see, it nearly doubles my speed, improves my turn capabilities. So that'll give us the best time save as we go forward. So I'm thinking, despite it being the most expensive thing here at this moment, I would like to work toward that first. So far, I don't really need a stronger weapon for what we faced up to this point. The only hull available is the one we've got now, the MC Skimmer. Standard issue Mineco craft, proven, reliable, and inexpensive. Carries a default hold of 150, which ties into this next topic just fine. I'm going to stick to. I could, if I wanted to, get a small cargo pod, a compact cargo expansion unit. So on top of the 150 that my current ship can carry, it would allow me to carry 50 more at a time, which is kind of a short game thing, honestly. If I were to build that now and take that with me, all it means is I can pick up more in a single trip, and I'm not in a rush or impatient enough to do something like that. So I'm not going to do that, and I'm not going to get the standard cargo pod either. Standard cargo expansion unit. You can see the costs on them too. It's really not worth this right now. Maybe later on, when I have nothing else to buy and I'm just stocking up. But right now I'm not there. So we'll save that and work toward the MC Lightspeed engine. So take the 150 reclaim off of the 800 cost of the new engine. Once I have 650 in the hold, which will be 4 more trips at this rate, I will be able to buy up that engine. So, with that plan in mind, let's continue. Now the pilot indicated that there would be transporter modules out here. So there should be warp points back to that first one that we came in on. Alright. I'm going to stick to the west wall. Fortunately, collisions with walls don't hurt us. That's a new type. I'm sure there will be a situation where he'll get close enough to show us what he does. But see on the right, that floating little pod over there? In that shadow? There's one up there, too. That was a mistake on your part. Come on. Come on, you. Yeah, I thought so. Here's another one. Where are you? Oh. Saw his shadow right on the crystal. Keep your aimer right on the enemy. You can try and vector it out. Keep it close to your ship. Whoa, there. Something fired a bigger projectile. Oh, I see you. That got intense quick. And I don't know if you noticed, but I fired off a couple of my missiles there. Just to demonstrate this in a controlled environment. I've been able to take manual control of a transporter's link system. I should be able to use it to warp back to base anytime I want now. And that time is now. Transporter operation was a success. I should be able to pop back inside it to go back to the transporter I just activated. So basically, whatever's the last one in the field you came through, that's the one to which you'll come back. Alright, check our progress. 300 down, 500 to go. With the 150 rebate on the reclaim, that is 350. 3 trips left. Now, where were we? Oh yeah, and of course, going to that station gets you back all of your hull and recharges your stuff quick. Those little ones get close, they'll drain your shields. Got a couple of them. I heard another squeal. Whoops. Clicked outside the window there. Gotta be careful about that. Actually, there's something I can do about that real fast. There we go. Yeah, okay. Alright then, back to it. Keep establishing outer perimeter. Again, this first part is a slow process. Unless you're a complete madman, which I'm not really inclined to be in there. Well... Alright, another look at the Stinger. Careful not to let yourself get spun around. Again, my ship is pretty superior to these guys right now. Now this is where tactics start to get important, is when you get surrounded. Yep. I've spotted the control beacon and it looks like it's been messed with. No time to reprogram it. I'll just have to blow it up to force all security doors to open. Take him first. Alright. So that's the goal at this point. Destroy that beacon. I'm not going to do that yet. I don't like those howls. Yeah, those guys have a lot of HP. That's why I use the stingers on them. Okay. Alright, I'm at 150. I'd better go back. There's not much left of the Mineco security facility. Looks like those bruiser bugs hit it fast and hard. Any more of you? And I'm betting I'm not going to be able... Yeah, I thought not. Alright, let me get a little more perimeter here. Alright, this guy obviously wants some. 2 more trips. Remember to eventually come back here. Make sure I didn't miss any minerals around. Okay. I know there's a couple down this way. Ran out of room for. The downside of not having the storage pods, of course, is having to make more trips out here, having to go back more often. If you're playing the long and patient game, that's not a problem. Yeah, that means this level's going to take a little more time, but honestly, a big part of why I like this game is the feel. It's cozy, it's comfy. Everything about it, the look, the feel, the audio, it's just satisfying. It's a feel-good game. One that I've gone back to many times as a kid. And there aren't a lot of games I do that for. So there's that. The combat's pretty simple and straightforward. What you just saw is a perfect example of why you do not rush into anything. You move too quick, or if you get knocked backward into somewhere new, you will very quickly lose control of your situation. And it gets even worse if you whip your mouse around so fast you get spun around and lose your aim. That's why I had to get out of that by burning off all of my stingers. Alright. Alright, so I can bypass the mining facility. That'll save me a couple seconds coming back. I think I'm being pursued, but I'll come back to him later. Might not be a bad idea to reload on stingers. So I can build 20 of them for 100, and it will not affect my ability to get the engine on the very next turn. But I cannot buy anything else to that end. Alright. One more trip, back to it. South here. I know there's a mineral past all these shield restores. What happens if I shoot this? No way around it. This security door just isn't going to open until I shut down the control beacon to the north. So this is one of my hotspots when I get back from doing that. Eyes forward. That's good. Take it slow, let yourself recharge. Or go back for a shield restore. Whatever floats your boat. Here's another door. If you come here first, you get that same message. You have to bust that control beacon. You get too close, they can attack through the door. At least the shockers can. very nice side swipe there. Alright, we have the minerals for the engine now. We're so close to the station. We'll finish the press forward. Alright, now trade this engine, reclaim, confirm. Now, let me demonstrate this actually before I do my purchasing. If you don't have an engine, you only have thrusters. Which are even worse. And because that engine has no spare power, you cannot fire your weapon. Your primary, that is. So let's buy that Lightspeed engine. Put her on. No recharge, no protection. Try not to scratch the paint. We don't want that. You cannot switch out the hull. No description for having no gun. No description for having no secondaries in the slots or equipment. We have no more minerals. So let's see what's next. I've still got, it kind of looks like a 10 here, but it's actually an 8. You see the difference between that round character there and those zeros? It's just not very well represented here. Anyway, how about a shield boost next? We will need 400, 500 minus 100 to get that there. So here's a look at the new engine. That is so much better, and it follows your aim a lot better too. That by itself is going to make combat a lot easier. Alright, let's start skimming the middle. Let's go around this rock now. Alright, we got some definite problems here. Might be a good idea to spin back. Again, that's exactly why you don't do this kind of crazy shit. Oh, that's right. I forgot those were here. That's a lot better. Save that for later. Thought I remembered seeing a crystal somewhere around here. Like off in my periphery somewhere. That's where it was. Just because there's a lot of stuff around here, let's switch gears a minute. Yeah, I thought I saw a discoloration. Did you see it? The little floating ball of not the same color. Next trip, we have better shielding. And let's circle this rock. How about that? Perfect placement. Make sure I'm not going to run into anything crazy here. this immediate part of town. For a shield power up. You can see now we have more shield power as well. We got the same engine boost on that purchase. Alright, got a little more to cover out here, then we'll go back for the beacon. I just realized we don't really have a goal at the moment, huh? Really the choice is between secondary. Nah, you know what? Let's save up for now. See what materializes. Let's circle here. a whole lot of area left. That'll do it for the exposed part of this map. So here's what we do to proceed. I've destroyed the malfunctioning control beacon that was locking the security doors down. I should be able to progress to the transit hub now. So if you recall, we passed by 2 doors on the east wall on the way there. The one that gets us through the story is the south one, down in that corner. So we'll do this first. Proceed carefully. Found a damn bug breeding ground inside a secured area. Whoops. Alright. I don't need to go crazy on missiles. To the southeast. I love this engine. This could get difficult. Let's work on the outer wall first. I would assume there's a transporter in here. So let me see if I can find it. Now I'm guessing here that it's on the outer wall. Yep. See it right there? Perimeter check, make sure I won't be ambushed. Let's spin back and pick up what we had to pass. For him to start shooting. Now remember, left and right strafe is from the driver's perspective. So knowing that that little penile protrusion is the engine, the back, here's left, here's right. this? Very strange. I've come across a glowing red energy field. Definitely not Mineco tech. Something doesn't want me to get in there. I wonder why. I'll need to compensate a bit more. Okay, there's a huge radiation field up ahead. Something big is out there. I'm strapping down all loose equipment. See if I can find and take out any small fry. Whoa, my God. Well, that was interesting. The radiation field fell off after destroying a huge red flyer. Some kind of crystal fell off a big bug I fought. An energy focus? I'm going to try to rig it up to one of my engines and get some kind of continuous beam weapon out of it. So there's boss music. Neat. Alright, so while we're unloading, let's check out that beam weapon. fusion beam. A pulse laser melded with an alien crystal. Yeah, let's trade that in. Not that we need to, but I'm not going to be using it for a bit. If at all, again. Alright. Might not be a bad idea to get some more missiles. I am confident enough in my abilities that we're just going to get stingers. That's good for now. How do I change weapons? I actually don't know. Yo, Silver. What's happening? Just a little bit of a memory. Dark Orbit, if you've ever played it back in the early 2000s or so. If you want, I'll hop on and rig up voice. Let me know. Where was I? This way. Is that right? I mean, I'm right there with you, pal. No worries. Masturbating in your own feces, huh? I thought I was the only one. Why don't I go this way? So, what's behind radiation field number 1? I hear you. Where are you? Ooh, I like this. Doesn't look like it uses a ton of engine either. Let's take a look. Watch the green meter, folks. Yeah, that does not use a lot of power. I've discovered a drop canister we never collected when we first set up base. The label says Swarmer Missile Blueprints. I'll load it up into the Matrix formers. So a brand new secondary, too. This way. Shouldn't be much left here. Yep. I believe the damage read 100 per second. Which makes this so much better than that pulse blaster. I guess this was a red field as well. more trip. This engine is so good. Let's finish loading up on these. 60 Stinger missiles. Excellent. I still don't know how to change pods. Saving would be good too. And controls. Switch secondary weapon is W. Okay. And a pause. Camera panning, I can't think of very much use for that. Okay. Aha, and that explains the compass too. I was always used to northwest. I'll stick with it. Now that we have a ship we can really have some fun with. The Mine Coast sector was actually the last to get hit by the Legion awakening from within Nibiru. The communications lines and transport network were among the first. After the mining sectors owned by StarTech and Industrial Solar Resources were razed, some survivors managed to make it to the central transit hub, only to find it cut off from the polar launch pads, the only way to actually get off the planet. In the few weeks after the initial attack, the few stragglers that had escaped in mining ships were picked off one by one. The transfer facility. I've entered the hub, but it looks deserted. Hopefully the accelerator tube to the spaceport is still active. I guess I'll check it out. I'm getting some minor readings on the scanner, though. I sure hope the bugs haven't gotten in here, too. So I could probably go back by going through that teleport. I'm not going to do that right now. I might make it an in-between experiment. Looks like this facility is fully mapped, though. Let's take a little buzz around. It appears that the Industrial Solar Resources transport bay has been turned off. That's only supposed to happen when there's nobody left stationed at the base. So So we'll have to turn it on in order to make any use of it. I know it's fully mapped, but let me look around and see if I can find anything. This time I don't have to map it, I can just kind of eyeball it. I've entered the control room for the transporters and the accelerator tube to the polar launch pads. I've got a bad feeling about this. The transport bay to an ISR has just been reactivated. But I don't know what I'm going to find out there. Damn! It looks like the bugs ate the fuel cells for the fusion cores. Without fuel, there's no transit tube. And without the tube, I'm going nowhere fast. The other mining operations probably had some fuel cells in stock. I guess my only option now is to check them out. I've switched on the StarTech transporter. No communication signals though, so they've probably been hit by bugs. Looks like the little buggies got into a northern section and made a mess, or made a nest. It's time to clean up the mess. Right, and I'm willing to wager they got everywhere else too. What's in here? Nothing I can access. The weapons locker is shut up tight. I doubt I'll ever get in without a high-level access card. Unless I can find an access card, I'll never get into this locker. Alright, so real quick, what's the next level? Do I want to go to StarTech? Or do I want to go to ISR? Suppose I could take a guess and hope it's right. By But I have another idea. Bear with me a minute. It looks like ISR. And that transporter is to the east. The transport bay to the ISR sector is ready to go. They might have a fuel cell, but I'll bet the bugs have overrun the place. Let me take a look at the message for StarTech. See how fast I'm moving across that map? I'm now at the transport bay to the StarTech base. Looks like it's powered up and ready to rock. I hope I can find some fuel cells without too much trouble. So our story goal is a fuel cell. One from each of these 2 ports, apparently. Awakenings, transitions. Industrial Solar Resources was probably the most dangerous of the ragtag Nibiru triumvirate. They practiced the type of business that earned them no allies. Insular, protectionist, and paranoid. More often than not, rival operations simply gave them a wide berth. Squeeze tactics simply did not work against them, and many a claim jumper ended up with their head in a bag, sent back to their operations manager. The quadrant I'm now in had been claimed by Industrial Solar Resources. Nobody really knew too much about them, other than not to mess with them. I'm picking up some pretty heavy infestation here. Future log entries may sound a little rushed. Alright. Let's save here. ISR. Just in case this was the wrong choice. Once again, we're in the southwest corner. Let's get cooking. And we have a pad right here. There is a pad in our main station, so I'll show that next time we're in there. Swarmer. Fires a pod of 4 missiles that automatically home into nearby targets and reacquires a new target if needed. Those sound really good once we really start picking up money. The next thing I would like to do is start getting my cargo base filled up. I think I've been pretty good on efficiency up to this point. I can afford a little bit of expenditure. So that'll allow me 250 carry. Alright. Same strategy. Don't get crazy if you don't have to. The door power is completely dead. I need some kind of battery or something to feed into it. That transporter should take me back. Maybe. I don't know. Let's cook on the southern wall. This portal should take me back to the transit hub area. Maybe I should just get out of here. This place is giving me the creeps. Oh, I see it. This up here. We're not going to do any such thing until we fully charted it. And theoretically, I suppose, find a fuel cell. Alright, cool. Let's cook. Well, that was enjoyable. Oh, that one's strong. I see, I guess I found my reason for panning. Oh, that could have gone a lot worse. I might need to be a little more liberal with those missiles. Alright. No, don't get anywhere near there. Same path. Alright, this way. I'm bracing myself for some heavy activity up ahead. Steady. Run! Well, that's what happens when you get destroyed. Good news is I don't think you actually lose any materials or any minerals, you just drop them. It's time to start putting that firepower to use. Alright, I lost 124. Let's see if that's what I get back. That's this one right here. Well, maybe I do lose some. Damn. Oh well. What was it? 87 to 179. It's 92. So I lost roughly a quarter of my resources. These crystal formations are more packed. Got enough to build 2 more of these. And even if I find better equipment later, I can keep them. Cool. Still numerous branch paths I can take. Should mention I'm playing on skill level 1. There's a 0, 1, 2, or 3. Oh, sorry, Silver, I haven't been paying attention to the chat. I'm certainly not a billionaire, and as far as I know, I'm the only pilot on, the only person on this ship. So I'm gonna have to say no on that. None of us are billionaires, and it's kind of unfortunate. This is the world we live in. Find our well, that was pretty good. Crap! I better change directions for the moment. Let's go this way. Beam has some range on it. I love it. One of the ISR binding ships has turned up. Their advanced missile technology and impressive weapon racks make this model a pretty good offensive rig. Offensive rig. That should help. Something to build towards. Gotcha! Barely. Whew. If I can find a nice little loop to work with. That's useful. Nope. Well, that's no good. Yeah, so you lose about a quarter of whatever you were carrying. That really sucks. A rock wall here looks like it's been raised up right out of the ground. Could be an old ISR defense, but maybe the bugs built it. So I'm guessing I won't be getting through there without something from this level. transporter. We'll go this way first. Lord. Come on, move. Help if I could pilot this goddamn thing. Oh. Duh, I haven't been down here yet. My biggest problem and it seems to affect my piloting, is I have a very, very poor sense of direction. Doesn't adapt very well. spot where I was just taken out. Drop canister I uncovered has the build pattern for ISR mortar rounds. Should come in useful for bombing bugs from a distance, or from behind cover. Interesting. launcher. Lobs shells over obstacles to rain down on targets. The ISR Nebula 9 hull. Big improvement over the standard mining skimmers. The Nebula offers 3 gun mounts and double-fire missile racks. Cool. Very cool. 1600, huh? 2 more trips. Alright, that away. Alright, that was the spot where I got gunned down. There appears to be something strange up ahead. I'm preparing for the worst. close. I vaguely remember some twisting passages up ahead, but I'm not sure if I should trust my memory anymore. That didn't go well, and that once again is my very poor very poor sense of direction. And the fact that I have to use extra focus, keeping the mouse out from my ship. One more time. Wait, no. Hold up. I can trade in this hull. Wait. No, I can't. So I can't swap a hull out for nothing. I have to swap it in. Is that another... I found a wrecked ISR model engine. It's pretty beat up, but I think I can get a clean pattern for the matrix former. Another engine, that'll be helpful. Something else I realize, I am very much not used to using my left hand for the arrow keys. Run, run, run! What's this new engine all about? Not bad. The ISR magnet. This ISR engine uses advanced reactors to provide a tremendous maximum energy capacity. What's my current engine speed? 55 against 50, but an even better turn and an even better charge. You know what? Yeah, I think I need that first. Green gauge is all maxed out now. And I've still got 1101, which means one trip and I can get that better hull. Ah, there it is. It's got a lot more HP too. And an extra 100 carry. Cool. Speed is a tiny bit less. Maneuverability is better. Show me what this baby can do. check these passages for minerals. Did I just find a transporter? Yep. Found a door that appears to have been designed to blend into the terrain. It figures the ISR guys would be paranoid like that. It's probably the entrance to their base. Interesting, but we're not doing that yet. path continues there. Now we'll get that nice hole. Yes. I better reposition that laser. So I can shoot 3 beams with this. And the cool thing, notice the green meter, guys. It goes down even slower, but recharges just as fast. Oh man, wait till I get 3 beams on this sucker. Something else fired at me. Alright, I guess now's the time. I found an ore processor that has seen better days. Looks like the bugs worked it over pretty good. I'm going to see if there's anything I can salvage. Except this one drops. No, not yet. around this way a minute. Secure the joint real quick. An access card I've discovered looks like it's for some security clearance back at the hub. Might be that weapons locker we couldn't get into. I may have some other plans for those weapons. This way next. I found a fuel cell today. It should work great if I can haul it back to the transit hub. Back here, pick up the rest of these minerals. Meantime, I really like these lasers, these fusion beams. So I'll twin mount them. Consumption rate is definitely a little faster, but that's to be expected. Unless that card gets me through here rather than the weapons locker. There's a lot of intense radiation in this area. It smells like a damn bug town. Bit of a wide spread there. Don't know if I like that too much, but I'll stick with it. I can get in some really good around the corner shots with these angled cannons. There's another. Oh, there's another transporter, though. So good. Because the shots are no longer parallel with my beams, I can see perfectly how I need to dodge. I just managed to glitch myself. Alright, hang on a sec. Oh wow, twin fire. Found a way to get in. There must be a way out. Oh, this is one hell of a way. This is one hell of a way to force an agenda of needing one of those transporter secondaries. This is bullshit if I can't get out of this. Alright, hang on. How much progress do I lose? A lot. I notice an autosave. Same thing. Seriously? That's where it saves? All the time? Well, that's not great. Alright, I think I better call it here then. And I will... guess I'll just off-screen the rest. No, hold on. Wait, no, that's the... Number 3 is the save I need to bring back. Oh, I see. I still have all of my stuff. I can cheap this. I think. Never mind, we're gonna keep going. think my map lost some fidelity, though. I'm gonna have to go back and retrace that if I want a complete map. I know something's here. Finally. Strong greetings are coming in from up ahead. I guess all the bugs have come out to greet me. The way this place is infested, no wonder the ISR base was toast. Get get up that close, you can hit them with 3 beams at once. I don't know if I'd recommend it, but you could. Sure. Let's have it at the ready. I think that's good. Well, fortunately, I don't think I had much to begin with. There must be more of those silvers. Is that it? Is it dead? Just a couple of stingers and we're good? What's this? Interesting. The schematic for some equipment I've salvaged shows that it's a weapon designed to be used at different power levels. The generator charges up a ball of plasma over time, then launches it out the barrel when the energy input drops off or approaches critical mass. Could be a potentially interesting weapon. Took out y'all's squad leader. Are you sure you still want to go? Plasmoid, a variable charging pulse generator. I'll get a little more gathered up, and then I'll make that my center gun. Alright, I want to check something here. think that's good for mapping. Learned a few things here. I can get out of a snag at the apparent cost of a little map fidelity. Alright, let's get out of here and wrap some unfinished business. Despite ISR's formidable reputation and penchant for violent conflict resolution, they were ill-equipped to deal with the magnitude of the Legion. The miners fought viciously, but Abaddon's children tore through them like leaves, sparing nothing but rubble, twisted steel, and blood. Alright, a few things to do here. First, I promised to show the pad, and that's up here. Yeah. All right. I'm going to keep this for now. Let's see if this has any use. I'm thinking not yet. Still prefer my 3 beams. Yeah, we'll see. Where do I put those fuel cells? So they respawn on a world jump. The fuel cell I found completely filled up the first tank. One more cell and I should be able to fire up this tube. Okay, so that's what this is. I think I'm ready to try out that access card I found. Sweet. I wonder what they've got locked up so tight. Interesting. Hell cannon. An experimental weapon still in prototype stage. I don't think I could pattern it up in the matrix formers, but I can sure mount it up in the repair bay. Hell cannon currently not formable. An experimental weapon that creates projectiles of pure energy, which are more damaging when powered by larger pools of energy. I mean, when you look at these damage counts, I'm not really sure, but let's try it anyway and see how it looks. Essentially a machine gun. She's worth using, for sure. I know this is a waste of over 600 resources, but you know what? I'm honestly more likely to use the Hell Cannon and or more of these. So tell you what, now we're going to call it, and I'm going to do some farming if I can. Before we go, can I go back here? And let's answer a couple questions. Some survivors managed to outfit their mining crafts with various weaponry in an ad hoc attempt to save themselves. The effort was ultimately futile. The perils awakening from within Nibiru were endless. During the war, the Legion of Abaddon kept growing for almost 2 decades. If we had known then what we later learned, we might have given up at the beginning. Alright, so the map does not retain, so that's a worthless exercise in the future. I can come back and grind up, which I would most definitely like to do. So, see how these beams and these hell cannons work on these guys. And when we next pick up, it'll be heading into StarTech. So when you next see me here, it'll be at that transporter ready to rock and roll. And with that, I am Alpha, and I'll see y'all next time. Goodbye.